Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chainsword Diaries. It's been a minute, but we're back again. We are here today to talk about a couple exciting things. We got a lot of new hotness dropping from G-Dubs. And on top of that, it's that time of year again. We are talking the Cleveland Chainsword Championship, and we have some new hotness coming from that as well. I am joined today, as always, with the people's hero.
What is up, my fellow wargamers?
And my man G coming in, TCDG.
Hello, everybody.
So, we got a couple things to talk about. G, I think the first thing we should start out with, we went to Canada, played 40K in a whole new country.
Hey.
It was great.
You did.
I did.
I didn't get to play 40K.
G took one for the team.
I got to see 40K in Canada.
But most importantly, I think the thing to talk about is poutine. Canada, anything you've ever done, we forgive you. It's awesome. We loved it.
Have they done anything? They haven't done it, right?
No, they actually planned.
Canadian.
They actually planned to invade the United States one time.
Oh, that's
yeah. It's water under the bridge, but it's all good.
All forgiven.
All forgiven. We're good. No, we had a great time up at the Canadian Tabletop Championship.
What'd you do? Other than eating poutine? We had poutine like every day.
Yeah, we did.
Dad told me literally you guys had it 3 meals a day for 2 days straight.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go quite that far.
Some of it was leftovers.
Yeah,
but we did go there multiple times.
Yeah.
Disclaimer: absolutely disgusting.
No,
like poutine.
No, I'm sure it's delicious, but I would feel like absolute garbage.
Oh yeah, no, I'm still like I'm slugging at the gym right now because I definitely did not get enough fiber. Like I'm just like, oh.
Jeff, I've been training for this my entire life. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, just doing it once, I feel like that would be a day ruiner for me. I mean, it tastes great, but I would be out of commission. It's the only meal
that you should eat that day, yeah.
I'd be like,
and I got the medium. These guys went for the big ones.
Just once. I only did the large once. I made that mistake. I was ready for a solid nap the rest of the day.
Because I knew it. I didn't even finish my medium. I was like, there's no way. Like, they have no idea how much poutine they're about to consume.
Yeah. As far as 40K play went, I'd rather not talk about it. I did not have the best showing in the world. I went 1-5.
That sounds like a people's hero stat line, right?
It was. I had quite a few games. I literally could have been 3-3. My game against Blood Angels, first turn, he made 7 10-inch charges.
Wow.
That hurt a lot.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it was. It was real impressive.
Well, I'm assuming one of those was on 3d6, right?
Only one, though, yes.
One was on 3d6. I'm sure there are multiple rerolls. If Lamarty's isn't near, he gets to reroll those for free.
No Lamarty's. It was just straight, hey, Matt's going to have one of those instances happen that happens every time Matt plays 40K.
Okay.
Somebody's dice are going to go crazy. We don't know who it's going to be, but...
It's definitely not Matt.
But yeah.
It'll be against him, but it'll not be for him.
That happened, and then in my very last game, I played against Tao, and I just made a poor tactical decision with... I sent my Warlord out by himself for a second wave charge on turn 2. Nobody else made the charge with him. And he kind of got eaten. Again, there should have been some hits. Keep in mind, again, this is the 6th game in 2 days. I'm old and I had poutine brain. At this
I would say poutine butt, more like not poutine brain.
Well, that butt has already been built, Jeff. We can't blame that on poutine.
There was not a lot of movements, man. Yeah, the Ludwigs know how to keep that poutine
intact poutine.
Yeah, man. He's training his whole life is correct. Yeah. So I did not.
He's well versed in this realm.
I'm glad I wasn't playing because I wasn't built like a Ludwig. My Hispanic intestines.
Yeah.
No. I was meant to consume and hold tacos, not poutine.
No, it was a great time. Joe took care of us while we were up there. Shout out to Joe and his mom, Diana. It was a culinary adventure, Jeff.
I was going to
That's
say.
what it was.
It was like culinary experience 40K on the side.
Yeah.
That's the best reason to travel, to be honest. Like,
No,
are you kidding me?
You're absolutely right.
Just to eat good food from that area and then play some 40 games while you're there. That's awesome.
So let's talk talking about tournaments. Let's get into the big news. We got the Trip C coming.
The Triple C.
The Cleveland Chainsword Championship. Back
at Dave & Buster's.
Really excited about the chance to bring everybody back to Dave & Buster's. Last year we rolled about 24 people deep. This year we're gonna go for the big shot. We're trying for a GT,
which is 60.
No, GT is we need to have 2 days and over 28 people.
Oh, if we can do that.
If we get 58, however, then we're a major.
Ooh.
That it's up to you guys, really, if that's going to happen.
It's up to the listeners.
Yeah, it's up to the listeners. It's up to Cleveland.
What I'm most excited is that we are back at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
And that got a lot of positive feedback last year. Table service, so we'll have 2 servers, waitresses working the area. We're going to be in the private room.
Okay, so we're starting in there?
We're going to start in the private room. And if we expand, if enough of you decide to sign up and we need the space, we can open it up and get another section and to try to make this major, which is, our hopes and prayers.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
to the emperor.
To the emperor. So so I think that's gonna be
And Matt's out.
So now it's all like working on swag bags, making sure that those are solid, making sure that Dave & Buster's has been super great to us. So I'd love to continue to stay there as long as we can. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you did highlight a lot of what the top table players are going to be looking at. We're really putting a focus on quality terrain on every table. For the players like me who are just enjoying showing up and getting a couple games of 40K, 6 games of 40K in 2 days, the fact that you've got table service and they're bringing drinks to your table, it's not even that you have the ability to get drinks, it's that it's coming in table to you, which at 9 o'clock in the morning, we're not starting quite that early, but getting coffee in the morning brought to your table and switching to soda later in the day, keep you moving, awesome. We're also offering food, so you don't have to leave the venue. Mm-hmm. You can also order food to the table if the finger food that we're not bringing, which who doesn't love wings and ribs?
Burgers and hot dogs.
No poutine.
No poutine. But we're serving it, I believe, at 1 and then at 3, buffet style. So you could just and they'll be right there near the table, so you can just move your night along and then grab a hot dog or something. And, I think that'll be another big thing. Yeah, we wanted to make sure that the players got plenty of food and that we provided it and have the opportunity to drink. That's part of the game.
Let's talk about having a beverage in the middle of a game. For when your opponent makes 10-inch charges and you need a little something to get you through the rest of the game, you can talk to our services, to the wait staff there at Dave & Buster's. Have them bring you, we'll go old school and go 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 beer. It's all good. Get you through those next couple rounds.
Yep. Just drink while you're picking up models.
Yep. Just let it happen. Yeah. Let it happen. Yep. Let the alcohol soothe all your problems. That's the 40K way.
That's a so quality tables are for the competitive players. Alcoholic beverages being served to you at the table for another group of players. Those are Matt's people.
Yeah, my people. Food, my people.
Food. And then we're trying to make sure that all the different type of war gamers out there are happy.
And then for the boy and the younger generation, man, if you're not having a great time on the tables, you get 2 days of unlimited play at Dave & Buster's. Yep. Anything that isn't issuing out tickets, you're throwing down as many turns as you can get in between rounds, and Dave & Buster's is going to be open for, a couple, almost 3 hours after we're going to be done playing games on Saturday.
Yeah,
so
depending on how, as long as everything goes to schedule, we don't want anybody to drop, but everybody in the swag bag will get a game card, so if you table your opponent in 2 turns, you can go play video games for a couple hours and then come back.
Go jump in, fly an X-Wing, beat the crap out of a 12-year-old in Mario Kart. Living the dream.
Just dominate all day long.
All competition, all media, all forums, all ages.
Jump on some Tekken or Mortal Kombat and then jump back over to the table. Yeah, all day. So everybody in part of the swag bag, you will get a game card and just, do your thing. Don't drop, but if you do drop, you've got 2 days of gaming.
You still get to hang out.
Yeah.
Paul from the shop is going to be supporting us again. He'll be there giving out, having a great selection of GW product to take home. If you come and you feel like you're missing a little something, Paul will be there to hook you up so you can make sure that the next time you play, it's in your army. And Jeff, let's talk about these missions, man.
Well, so it is regular ITC the Champions missions, but we have added some flavor, some CCC Cleveland flavor.
Bringing it home!
We had to make it unique. I felt that it needed to be unique. So.
We're taking our talents back to Cleveland. We're not bitter.
At all.
So we added 2 special
Boycott
secondaries.
Space Jam 2K19.
We got 2 special secondary missions. So those familiar with ITC, you get to choose your secondaries each game. We have 2 special secondaries. We have the Trip C special, which has 4 unique objectives, kind of like old school. But do you have an
Yeah. So let's dig into that, man, because this is really the meat of what we're looking for.
We're
here.
hoping
I love
take
it.
them.
Yeah,
I
we
hope
hope
people
people
take them.
Yeah, just for the
nobody
flavor.
takes them. They're like, all right, well.
Well,
whatever.
I think
They didn't want
this one maybe, I don't know. I feel like this one may need this particular army, but the
I
second
like
one,
this one.
The second one is bringing in every single
the
person in
second one
Cleveland.
is almost an auto take.
Yeah,
You gotta
second
take
one
it.
is an auto take.
If you're from Cleveland and you don't take the Trip C special, you're gonna have to wear a Pittsburgh shirt home. I'm just putting it out there now.
So the Trip C special. Earn 1 point for the following. So first one is taking my talents elsewhere. I like that
It explains itself.
one. Yeah. And that's actually very simple. Just destroy your opponent's most expensive unit, right?
Yep.
Points wise.
Just points wise, that thing
Needs to
has
die.
to die. It's part. You have to kill it anyway.
You gotta
right?
you gotta get rid of the LeBron. You gotta
Right.
get rid of the
That's
LeBron.
right. Gotta neutralize it.
You gotta jump Stockton that
The
dude.
offense runs through that unit. You gotta take them out.
Make ball beat you. That's what it comes down to.
You gotta
That's right. They got a weak bench.
Right.
Weak bench, no shooters.
play him hard. Play like
Double
old
team,
school
maybe
Detroit.
triple team. Yeah, triple
yeah,
team.
old school
Foul them
Detroit.
hard. No.
Foul 'em hard.
This is no layups basketball.
Right.
I mean,
San
40K.
Antonio. San Antonio coming in. Isolate the goat.
And it makes sense because if they are playing a knight, you got to run through that guy to kill
Right.
it. So
Yeah.
so it just makes sense. So yeah, that one is
A lot of fun.
insert a ton of basketball references. All right, now the next sports related one.
Cleveland related one.
Cleveland sports related one. I woke up feeling dangerous.
I woke up
There
feeling
it
dangerous
is
today.
right there.
Nominate a character in your opponent's army and destroy it entirely in one single shooting phase or one single combat phase from full wounds to dead.
So yeah, you can't like nip them once in another
Yeah.
phase, and then now you can do it with multiple units. That's no big deal. Like you can have multiple units take
Your
them down.
entire army can shoot it,
Right.
right?
It's
Yeah.
just you have to do it in that phase. You can't take them down half and then do it the next turn.
Abaddon
It's
walks up, you kind of got to ignore him, and then
Yep.
like, boom, drop the hammer.
drop.
Then it all comes in.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: if Abaddon is their most expensive unit, he'll count for both of these points.
Sure will. Anything within the Trip C special can stack with anything else.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Very nice. So, a lot of flavor, a lot of Browns reference there. I'm not a Browns fan, but all that you guys are.
You will be after that.
You gotta love the swagger though that this represents. This is kind of we've got a new quarterback in town. It's no secret, Cleveland,
The new title bearer.
We've forgiven him for some of his sins against Ohio State, but I'll tell you what, man. This is the swagger. This is the swagger pick. You're coming in. You're saying that guy.
He's dead.
Dead. I want him dead. I want his family dead.
I'm gonna eat his baby. Listen, all right. Next one is not today. Not a Cleveland reference.
Not a Cleveland reference.
We happen to be watching Game of Thrones.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yes. What do we say to the God of Death?
What do we say to the God of Death? Not
today.
today. So take your boy.
Yep,
the
your
guy,
boy.
The guy that you say
you're rocking Abaddon now.
Yep.
And you nominate him, so character in your army, and keep him alive the entire game, even if it's one wound. Just has to live.
Just has to live.
Just has to live.
Shout out to my Death Guard players rocking Typhus. This is the way to go.
I did want to specify for the woke up feeling dangerous and the taking my talents elsewhere. You do need to remove that unit as a casualty. So, for Robbie G or something like that, you will have getting back up will not count for those. So it's probably not. You don't want to nominate Robbie G unless you think you can kill him twice in one.
Yeah, unless you got him.
If you're really feeling the swagger, Celestine, that's my girl. You're going down.
No, you can never pick those units because Bobby G gets up
at the end of the phase.
Yeah. So he gets up in the next phase. So you cannot kill. So
don't
pick Bobby G.
Don't pick Bobby G.
Don't pick Bobby G because he
or
gets
Celestine
out. Or Celestine. Also at the end of the
Necrons,
phase, so.
bad call.
Yeah. Woo. All right. Last one. We're back to Cleveland. Defend the land.
There you go.
So, have none of your opponent's models within your deployment zone at the end of the game.
So this is both a Cleveland
reverse
line breaker. This is a shout out back to the old days of 40K because this is something that used to be a tournament standard. If you could keep them out of your home, you would score off of that. Okay. So this is both a mix of defending the land. That is a huge thing here in Cleveland. We like to represent for ourselves.
You may even see some defend the land T-shirts.
Yes, I dare say somebody will be rocking a defend the land T-shirt.
Yeah. So I like it. I think it's very simple. All these are very simple.
Yeah.
To achieve, and just
some flavor.
And some flavor to them. They have some fun names, but they were not going to be. I think I would take this if I played. I think this is very easy. If I have a good shooty army, especially.
I mean, even then, just you can even argue a good combat army because you can. Because there's only one that you need to do the one phase, and it allows for combat or shooting. So
right. If you got a solid.
If you have a good offensive army in general, then you can probably
solid Blood Angels charge that you feel you can pull off.
Yes, they may never get out of their deployment zone, so defend the land would be really easy.
Yeah,
if I'm playing Death Guard, I take this one all day.
Or if you're playing against Tau.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not moving. Right. You sit right where you are.
Yep. Yeah.
We're good.
Thanks for that point.
Sit.
Either you're coming to me or, well, sorry you lost the game if you come to me.
And then the other CCC special objective, this one not super Cleveland related, is a la carte. So this one basically allows you to, it doesn't allow you to stack, but it allows you to pick from 6 different ITC secondaries and allow you to add slots, so to speak, for those objectives, add levels to it. So think about the 6 objectives that you can choose a la carte for. You're going to choose 4 times out of these 6, and you can duplicate, or I should say repeat. So we have Recon, Headhunter, Mark for Death, Big Game Hunter, line or behind enemy lines, and then what's the last one?
Ground Control.
And Ground Control. And basically what that allows you to do is to add levels to either, so let's say your opponent has 6 characters. Now Headhunter would only work for 4 of those. You can take a la carte and add make 2 of those a la carte objectives Headhunter, now you have 6 Headhunter objectives to do all 6 characters. So you can get that 6 points if your opponent takes more characters. Now, if your opponent takes less characters, then you don't take Headhunter, but you could take a la carte by itself with they only had 2 characters. Right. You could take a la carte with 2 Headhunter and still get points for that. But also, I will reiterate that it does not stack. So, like, if you took Headhunter, the regular Headhunter, and then you took a la carte with Headhunter, not a character kill would not count for both. It's Correct. Still one kill counts for one point.
That's really important when you're talking about the objective missions too. Ground control.
Recon
so if you took ground control plus a la carte, you're looking for that 5th objective in the last turn.
Right.
So there are going to be some ITC missions where that is not a possible thing to accomplish.
Or also like recon, you can't take it 3 recon a la carte and regular recon because you're probably not going to have recon all 7 turns or whatever.
Right.
You'd only get it for how many turns, so it's good to like maybe add attack on 1 to get 5 turns of recon or something like that.
Or if you think that recon, you're good at getting recon for a turn, you're an army like Dark Eldar.
Yeah,
where you're going to get it for once.
Yeah,
exactly. And you just need that extra
So
point.
it adds a ton of flexibility. Also, it adds it's enough flexibility where it's a good objective to take, but not enough where it's an auto score. But also it allows some of our not our most top tier competitive players. It gives them a way to sort of dip their toes into ITC and also allow them to get some points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And realistically, this, while the Trip C special kind of echoes Cleveland,
right?
We really feel that this a la carte kind of echoes what we're trying to do here at TCD, what we promote,
the community,
which is letting everybody experience the game,
and how they want to experience it too.
Exactly. Just kind of celebrating what you're looking to bring to the table. And making that fun for everybody. If you're a highly competitive player, there are ways to make a la carte work for you in a way that makes this almost an auto take.
Right.
If you're a new player and you're really not sure, we see a lot of people taking old school, and old school isn't necessarily the easiest thing to score.
It's true.
Especially with things like Last Strike.
And Slay the Warlord can be really hard if you don't have the right army for
Bobby
it.
G, we're looking at you, man.
Yeah.
There are some real head scratchers there that a lot of our newer players can't solve. But everybody can figure out how to kill a character.
Right.
Everybody can figure out how to get models into all 4 corners of the board.
Right.
Even if you're only standing 2 of them.
Just need a pulse for that
one. So it really does allow you the ability to play competitive 40K, dip your toe in, and just experience what the ITC format can offer you.
Right. Yeah. So that's the little flavor we added, and then we did change a little bit on the pregame side.
Yes, the pregame.
So let's talk about that, fun. G. I know you brought a lot of this to the table. We're trying to, again, there are a ton of tournaments. Tournament 40K is growing massively, and we've gotten to play in a couple different ones across the country. And we took a couple things that we really enjoy, and tried to bring it home to Cleveland and bring it home to the Trip C. So why don't you talk a little bit about the opening sequence and what we're looking to do here, Jim?
So the changes to the opening sequence, and I definitely borrowed these from several tournaments that I attended. So the first one is maps and deploy objectives. I think I always felt that there were way too many dice rolls at the beginning of the game, and then you're just dice rolling to see who rolls a dice. So I wanted to eliminate some of that. So one of the things that we did is there's one roll off, and that person who wins picks the map or deployment on the map. So their opponent, if they win the die roll, I want to pick Search and Destroy, but their opponent is picking where do they play. And then now that GW has locked in sides, that it's always the right side for Search and Destroy, that now it tactically now it's way better than just some random roll off. Now do I want to be on this side because I'm stuck here, or do I want to pick a different map based on our terrain? So that was a big one. Second one is...
Looking at you, Charles.
Second one was from the Dallas GT, and I loved it. What it does is it forces a different aspect of the hobby. It forces you to look at, oh, maybe I should paint this. Maybe I shouldn't come with gray. However, we're allowing gray at this tournament. You do not have to be painted to the nines or 3-color minimum, none of that. However, if you have one single model in your army that is not fully painted,
3 colors.
3 colors.
3-color.
Do we count base?
3-color minimum.
3-color minimum. No base.
3-color min. Don't worry about the base. You are giving your opponent +2 to the die roll to see who goes first. Now, if your opponent also had less units than you and deployed...
That's a +3.
He has a +3.
He's going first.
Yes. I mean,
unless you roll one.
Unless
you roll like TCD Jeffy. The people 0.
He rolls a 1. But yeah, so it's a potential +3 to your opponent. Now, you can also give him the +2, but maybe you get the +1, so now it's just a +1. So there is some counterplay to that. But I thought it was very flavorful. Thought it was really fun. Yeah, so I want to do that. Then the second thing was the reverse, or was it the change of winds? I think it's the official name for it, which is the reverse C's. If your opponent decides that he's going to make you go first, you get to roll a d6 and reverse it on him and say, no, you go first. So I think those are fun little things we could do to make the Trip C a little bit unique.
Without going full on into unique mission builds or anything like that, it's going to be a comfortable environment. We play a lot of ITC here in Cleveland, so our locals are going to be very familiar with the tournament structure. We added some slight tweaks to flavor. We're not looking
But you don't have to use it. I mean, we had those 2 secondaries. You don't even have to use those. You don't even have to pick them. So.
No, it can be a straightforward ITC mission. You're absolutely right. With a little bit of change to the beginning of how things work.
Which, all in all, is pretty fair, though. You know?
And we also found a way to kind of... We appreciate that Dallas found a way, I should say, to enforce painting without making painting part of your overall play score. As certain members of this team have been burned by before. And are definitely not bitter.
He's not
since it happened in his hometown.
Not bitter.
Yeah, if I want to go second, I play a model that isn't painted. I give him the plus.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I want you to think about every decision, all strategy from the very beginning. That's why I hate the random dice roll thing. So, but yeah, I want to go second and do that.
True.
And hopefully he doesn't reverse C's on me.
Yeah. Or, hopefully you're not playing another army that wants to go second that's going to win and put you in that situation.
Yes, so, 2 models.
Oh, is that how it would be?
No, it just washes it.
Yeah. You'll both just get +2. Yeah. Well, we clearly define that in the packet.
Okay.
It also states that if they have less models and you have an unpainted model, it's only a +1. So on and so forth. We tried to define everything and make it simple for the math challenged like myself.
So yeah, that is the Trip C. I think, right? I think we hit anything, right?
We definitely did. I think that there is a lot of new GW stuff for us to talk about, but I'm feeling like this is a good place for us to let everybody resume their drive on the way to work or what you may be doing while you're listening to us today.
Painting those models.
Painting models. Eating your own poutine.
If you're eating your own poutine, raise a fork to the fat man here.
Make a comment. Make a comment if you're eating poutine while you're listening.
That's right. So shout out to our Canadian folks. Come on down for the Trip C. Pittsburgh. We're going to be seeing a lot of you at the Steel City Slaughter here coming up.
Yeah.
Make sure to give a shout out to G. He's rolling over to Pittsburgh.
Yep. I'm bringing Bobby G. And going to dominate. Enough that they want to come. I'm not going to throw any games, but I won't go hard in the paint. because, well, yeah, we definitely want and need your support. The hope is to get to a major status this year. But listen, we're just doing our first GT, our first 2-day event here in Cleveland. We've got a great venue. I think it's a great price, great food.
What's the day?
The day is
July
6th and
7th. We're looking at $75, which includes food and drink, like we said.
Yep.
You're not going to find a better wargaming bargain anywhere in 40K. We're looking to give away Best General. We're going to do Best Painted a little bit uniquely. It's not going to be part of your game score, but we're going to let the community decide that. We're going to have a kind of Armies on Parade thing where people are walking around before the start of round 1. And voting for their favorite army. And then we're going to have, as G has called it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Best, the good being the best Imperium because propaganda is a thing. The bad being the best Chaos. And the ugly being the best Xenos. Looking at you, Orcs players, dragging everybody down. Elves are pretty.
Tau are really ugly too.
Oh,
they got an ugly face too.
I don't know, man. Shadow Sun. Everybody's talking about. Everybody's got that Shadow Sun.
That's a
Japanese Magna.
That's a different
Shadow Sun pinup. Is that
yeah,
what you're saying?
that's a completely different company.
Is that what
Actual
you're saying?
Shadow Sun. She ugly too. She's not bae.
Yeah.
So, the good, bad, ugly. Best general, best painted, best sportsmanship, right?
Yeah, and we're relying on the community to determine that. So everything that TCD does, we're all about the community. You guys are going to be helping us out. We want to put the power in the players' hands. Kind of like what Dave and Buster's like to do. The power of play, man. They like to put that out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, come on down to Cleveland. Come on up to Cleveland. Come on over to Cleveland. Whatever way you're coming from, get here, play the game.
July 6th and 7th, we need you.
What time is it starting in the morning?
We want you.
Day 1, do we know that?
11 a.m.
Day 1.
Dice down. But I'd like to set up at 10:30 so we can start judging the paints and then we can take over from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I will finalize that in a day or two. But yeah, the big days. You do have to pre-register.
It is pre-register only. We're working towards not having registration on the day of. We will have release dates for when your lists are due for beforehand. We're going to leave that open a little bit because we know GW's got some stuff coming on down the pike and we want to try and make it as flexible as possible for
anybody.
Might
be a week out, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're hoping to not charge at the door and not have to handle any registration at the door, but it will be $85 if you wait till the day of at the door because we are trying to do it pre-register so we can have as much of the work done. It is just the 3 of us.
Yes.
Doing all this prepping for it. So the least amount of work, we don't want to pile too much work on it because we definitely want to make sure that we focus on you guys while you're there and make sure that you are getting food, you are getting your drinks on time. That
quality control.
Yeah, exactly that any judge rulings like that we have to run around to. We want to make sure that all that stuff and we focus on you there. So that's why we're asking the pre-reg versus paying, the day of, and it's very simple. You can just PayPal through the Chainsword Diaries at Gmail. It's the one we've always had, and send it as a friend, send it as a foe. Just send it,
and we'll work it from there. The other thing for Cleveland locals or anybody looking to travel to get some practice in for this, we actually have worked relationships with a couple of stores in the local area to run primers for the first time ever for any of our events.
Test these missions.
Yeah, we'll see how these secondaries come out. We're going to be running one at the shop. We're going to be running one at Gamers Galaxy, and we've partnered for the first time ever with Recess Games to run a primer there as well. Shout out to Marcus and his team who really does a great job of looking after the community.
Yeah, they understand how important the community is.
That's really what it comes down to. Marcus does a great job.
Support the land.
Defend the land!
There it is.
Guys, Jeff, take us out, man.
I roll 1s so you don't have to.